So I'm glad we went a little bit early then. All right. Whew, well, my hair looks off.
There we go.
Oh.
Who we got?
I don't know who we got. Who we got? Hello. It's from Stacy. Got some more people. Hey,
Hi.
how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing real good. Really good.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm gonna wait for people to start getting on here and then we'll start. I'm gonna probably wait till a minute or so after 6:30.
Yeah.
Give them a few minutes. Sharon is on here. Here comes Christy.
Hello.
Sharon, Stacy and Christy, hi. Good to see you all tonight. Okay, it just turned 6:30, so we're gonna wait just a few more
Yeah,
few more
it'll take
minutes.
'em.
We got Marlene on here coming now.
We got some slackers coming on.
That's awful. It's only 6:30 right now.
Well, they should be early. If you're on time, if you're on time, you're late.
He's preaching to the choir, isn't he? Y'all are
No,
early.
I'm not.
I was here early. Naughty.
On the average,
On the average, yeah.
99% of the time,
I'm like,
you're late.
yeah, I usually am late. Like to
But
make
you
it.
time it to where you have just your hair on fire trying to get there on time.
Yes, I do. There's Tanya. Yeah, so I time everything. There's Marlene. I time everything to where we're gonna get there directly right on time, but God forbid if we have to get like gas or something happens, or we're gonna be
It's not the correct way.
pedal
to
to
do it.
the floor.
It's not the correct way.
No, it's not the correct way. We're gonna give everybody a few more seconds. Hey, Tanya.
Howdy.
Good to have you tonight.
Thanks. I'm excited. It's kind of fun to do something new.
Oh, cool. Well, we're waiting just a second for more people to get on here. We've got about 6. Let's see who all we get tonight.
Awesome.
All right. Christy's staying hidden today. She's just hiding out there, isn't she? I see you hiding, girl.
I just woke up. I came home from work not feeling very well, so I took a nap and I just woke up. So I'm just now trying to throw me something together to eat here. So
Oh, that's okay. No worries. Got Terry and Whitney coming on. Hey guys, good to see you guys. There's Terry, there's Whitney. All right. Let's give it a minute. All right, let's go ahead and talk about, we're gonna give you guys oh, we got more. Hold on, here comes Anna. Oh, where did that go on? Did it let her in? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah.
There she is. All right, I didn't know if I kicked you out. All right, cool. So here we got more coming on. We got Vivian coming on. All right. Oh, we got Chrissy Yancey coming on. Y'all are just showing up tonight. We got 11 ladies on. Let's see who else we get. Good to see you guys. We're going to start here in just a second. So before we start tonight, we want to talk about, hi, Terry Day. Good to see you. We are going to talk
Good
about,
to see you.
yeah, I'm so glad to see you. We have some stuff coming up. We aren't going to tell them what it is yet, or we're going to give them a little bit, but not the details.
It's a freaking awesome challenge. I'll go ahead and tell you. It's gonna kick ASS. I'm telling you, you better get ready because we're probably gonna roll it out March 1.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
which is later on next week, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
So just get ready for it because woo-wee,
We're going to have a challenge.
it's gonna be a big challenge.
We got more people coming. So what we do on a challenge is we're going to challenge you. Surprise.
If it doesn't challenge you,
It's
then
not a challenge.
it's not a challenge.
So we're going to start that, I guess, on March 1.
Yes.
And Wade and I are working on that right now. So March 1, we're going to kick it. I mean, we're kicking it into gear right now. We don't care. But March 1, oh, it's on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on. We are going to have a competition. And we are going to see who is going to win this competition. All right. Now, I want most of you to be involved. I want all of you to be involved. But if this is not your thing, you don't have to do it. But, you know, if it is your thing, I'm going to tell you, it's going to take you to a new level. It really, really will.
Well, how many of you like cash?
Cash money.
Cash money.
I
cash money?
cash money.
All right, you better get in on the challenge. Okay? Better get in on the challenge. That's all I'm gonna say.
Everybody likes cash money. All
So-
right. Did Christy say yes?
Christy always says yes.
Yes, I always say yes too. Hey, so here's what we're gonna do. For those of you in our last push-up challenge, all the challenge stuff we had going on just a while back, we have not got anything out to you, and you will be seeing something coming in your mail probably in the next week. We haven't got it all put together, ready to mail out yet, but you will see something next week, most likely coming in your mailbox. So if something comes from Wade and Allie, that's what it was. That's what it was. If you were part of that, you didn't have to win any of it. There was winners and the winners won cash, but if you didn't win, don't worry. If you participated, you still have something coming in your mailbox.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and for those of you who are new and didn't know anything about it, we had a squatting challenge, a 1 week squat challenge, and I think the winner did 3,800 and some odd squats over the course of the week. Okay, they had to turn in the number that they did every night, and if you fail to turn it in, then you didn't get to count those. All right. So there's a little discipline to this. And then we had a plank contest for a week. And then we had a push-up challenge for a week. Okay. Unbelievable numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these guys were doing 500 and 600 squats a day.
Yeah. And what is so weird is when
Crazy.
a lot of people started, a lot of the ladies started, like Beth will tell you, she couldn't do one push-up, could she?
No.
Couldn't do one push-up. Then at the end of the week challenge, she could do 10 in a row. She can just go down right on the floor. Ask Beth Hicks, get on the floor right now and do 10. She'll give you 10 right now.
Yeah.
She goes, I can't believe how strong I got. So you know what? It changed your body. So our challenge coming up is not that, well, it's kind of that challenge, but it's much more than just that, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So it's much more than just that. So we're still working on all the details. So we'll be talking to you about that really, really
How
soon.
many said they like cash?
Everybody. said
You
they
better
like
get
more
in.
cash.
I'm just gonna say, you better get in the challenge.
All right, so here's what we're going to talk about tonight. We have been talking about goal setting, right? And I'm kind of stuck here because I really feel like this is an important project, and we've got lots of women and men coming on. And I want to talk to you about this because this really helps you with success. This can mean success in your future, or lack of planning and setting goals can mean failure in your future. Okay. And so that's why we're talking about this. So here's how we started this probably a month ago. We talked about if you were to hit your goal, your weight goal or your body goal by January 1, 2023, okay? What did you do to get to your success? Looking back, what did you do to get there? And what roadblocks were in your way? You have to think about this too. What roadblocks were in your way that you had to jump over or move out of the way? Now, when you think about that, looking back from your goal, it's easier to see what you did to get to your goal than it is to be right where you are now and look forward, okay? Because whenever we look back, we're like, oh my gosh, okay, I had birthdays, I had going out to eat with family and friends. How did I succeed? And when you think about those things, looking back, you're setting yourself up for success in your future. You're planning for them. They say without a plan, we plan to fail, right? So we, looking back then, we make a plan of, oh gosh, okay, I had birthdays, I had Christmas, I had social gatherings. What did I do to get to my goal? What was different that changed it, that helped me get to my goal this time? What was it? What did that look like? What did I face that came up in front of me that I was prepared for? What made this whole thing different? And I want you, if you weren't part of that conversation and did not do that homework, that's been a little bit back, I want you to set that up for yourself now. And I want you to look back from that goal. And I want you to write down, that will be part of your homework. Write down what you did to get there. And I want to hear it from you. You can text it to me, call me on our next coaching call or something. And let's talk about that. And I want you secondly to think about those roadblocks. What were they that almost made you stumble, but you overcame those roadblocks? You pushed them out of the way. What were those things? Okay. And so when we set it up that way, we see success. Also, we want to not have just this huge goal. When we look at, this is stuff we covered before, but I want you to hear it again because it's so important. And we have these goals of where we want to be. And let's say some of it is 50, 75, 100 pounds, even 30 pounds, 20 pounds can look intimidating, right? When we're looking at, oh my God, I got to lose 20 pounds by May 1st or whatever that might be, or by April 1st, or, well, that'd be a lot, but what's after May? June 1st. When we look at that can be really, really intimidating. But I love what Wade said. And what did you say?
About the big goal?
Yeah, about setting up the small goal.
Yes. Sometimes you can't look at the finish line, okay? You got to break that race down into small, really small segments, okay? If you've got, I don't know, if you've got 50 pounds to lose, just by thinking, just like Allie said, well, here I am, I need to lose 50 pounds. Now I got to go on a freaking diet. That's the attitude that you usually have when you go on a diet, isn't it? I gotta go on a damn diet. I mean, it just pisses you off and you haven't even started. So that's not a really good attitude to go into it. So you can't look at it as the whole thing. All right. You have to break it down. What if you said, my goal is to lose 3 pounds, not 50. My goal is to lose 3 pounds. Then it becomes so much closer and it feels so much more attainable in a very short period of time. So you conquer that 3 pounds. And then you set another goal. Well, I'm going to lose 3 pounds. And you forget about that 3 pounds you just lost. You celebrate it and then you forget about it because it's on to a new goal. And before you know it, you've done 3 and you've done 3 and you've done 3 and you've done 3. And they start adding up, and eventually you get to the top of that major goal that you have.
I love what you said about confidence. It builds confidence. If you lose 3 pounds, you're building confidence in yourself. It's like, oh, I lost 3 pounds before. That wasn't hard. Here's what I did to lose 3 pounds, and you lose it again. You know, you lose 3 pounds 10 times. By the time you get to that 10th time, you're like, oh, that's 3 pounds. That is nothing. That 10 times adds up to 30 pounds when we think about it that way. So, you know, we have to break these down and celebrate ourselves along the way. Okay.
You have to realize that this is a marathon, guys. It's not a sprint. Losing weight in a sprint is not a healthy way to lose weight. Okay. You know, I'm going to go ahead and say it. There are ways to do it, but it's not healthy. Okay. It stalls your metabolism, and before you know it, that weight has come back, and then maybe some, and then you're stuck and you're further away from your goal than what you were when you started. Okay. It's a process. And if you follow the process and you have patience, then your chances of succeeding are extremely high. That's how we set this program up. We built it to not be the fastest weight loss program there is out there. We built it to be the most healthy way to do it and to be able to sustain that goal weight once you get there, where you don't have to worry about the weight coming back. How many times has the weight come back? Several. We plan it out to where when you get there, you're on a maintenance program to where you don't have to worry about the weight coming back. It does take longer, absolutely. But you'll be thankful that you did it this way, because you don't get in that vicious cycle of losing 20 and gaining 25.
So guys, what I want you to do, here comes Denise on here. What I want you to do is if you're just coming on, I know this seems like a lot, right? Then this is stuff we've gone over as a group, and we're going to continue to go over it. But number one, I want you to look back from that goal. What did you do to get there? I want you to write it down. And I'm going to write this down for you so that you know what it is. I'm going to put it in the private Facebook group and in the small group, the WhatsApp groups. Okay. Because I want you to do this. And on our next coaching call, the next time you talk with me, I want to talk to you about your goals. Okay. So get ready to talk to me or Wade about that. All right. Because it's going to be good. All right. Because it's important. So number one, looking back, what did you do to get your goal? Number two, what roadblocks were in your way? Number three, what small goals did you set and achieve to get here? Because you need now I'm going to tell you those goals need a date. Those small goals isn't, well, I just want to lose 3 pounds and it take you 4 months to lose 3 pounds. That's not good. So, I mean, that's okay if you don't have much to lose, but I want you to set a date on that. Okay. I need to lose 3 pounds, maybe this month. Okay. Lose 3 pounds this month, lose 3 pounds next month, whatever that looks like to you. All right. And so set that up to where you have a date on it. All right. And then there's going to be, along this journey, there are going to be, and I realize I'm giving you guys a lot here, but there are going to be these false beliefs that hit you. Those usually come whenever you guys start feeling like, oh my God, the scale did not move. What is going on? And then I hear things like this from you guys. And I've said them too, these exact same things. Number one, this just isn't working for me. Nothing works for me. There must be something wrong with me. That's one thing we say. Or I've always been the big girl. I guess I'm just going to have to resolve. I'm always going to be the big girl. Or this is just part of aging and how it is. It's not going to come off for me. Now, those are untrue beliefs. And we all have them. And whenever we face like these hard times in this diet process, because it isn't all fun all the time, right? It's not fun all the time. But we face these things and we're like, oh, and these old beliefs start coming back. Well, it's never worked for me. Nothing's ever worked for me. And this isn't going to work either. And what happens, ladies, to us when we get in that mode? Does anybody want to answer?
We get frustrated and want to give up and quit.
Yeah, exactly. But what if instead we start questioning those beliefs? I grew up in this religion, and I'm not going to tell you guys the name of it, but I grew up in this religion. It was the only religion I knew since age 3. Okay. And I wasn't taught anything other than this religion. But when I became a teenager, I started really questioning the beliefs of the religion. My mom didn't like that because when I started questioning the beliefs of the religion, I began to lose belief in what I was always taught, that I believed was absolute truth. I began to question those beliefs. And when I questioned them, I saw that they were false beliefs. The same thing happens in ourselves. When we begin to question those beliefs that we have, like, this is just an aging process. I guess this is just going to be the way it is. Well, let's ask ourselves, is that really true? Because we have women come in here all the time in their 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and even 70s and change their body. Is that true? When we begin to question those things, then we begin to see that's really not true. Well, I've always been the big girl. I guess this is not going to work for me. I'm just always going to be the big girl. Is that true? Is that true? Or are we just feeling tired and not seeing the progress? Which is true? Do we have to stay in that state for the rest of our lives, or can we change that state? When we look at that saying, then we realize that's not true. Or things like, this just isn't working for me. Well, why isn't it working for me? Start questioning, why isn't this working for me? Am I being committed? Okay, maybe it's that. Maybe I need to stay on target more. Is that it? Okay, this is hard for me. Why is this so hard? How can I make this easier for myself? See what I'm saying? When we begin to question, then we start saying, oh my gosh, okay, that isn't true. And start questioning those things. What are those habitual things that you tell yourself over and over again that maybe you need to question? You know, our minds automatically go back all the time to the same thought processes. We're like machines. We run the same way. And until we stop that thought process and think a new one and question those old beliefs, then we stay in that same pattern. It's like Wade said, those patterns are what happens. The reason we get to our goal and then we gain the weight back, and then we're in the old pattern again. We're doing the things that got us there, that got us in the position to have to lose weight. We're doing them again, and it just keeps repeating. Why? Because we haven't changed our thought process about it. We tend to do the same thing. We're all creatures of habit. We have to break the thought process and begin to think a new thought process. And it takes a little work. Our minds don't want to do that. They don't naturally do that. We have to stop ourselves and say, is this true? No, that's not true. Then what is this process? Is this a true belief or a false belief? And we need to build new beliefs. Or maybe it's the belief that I just can't do this. If yours is the belief that comes up one day and you just, I just can't do this. This is too hard for me. I want you to remember all the things in your life that you have overcome that you thought you couldn't overcome. All the times that you were so strong, that you were so proud of yourself. You're like, oh my gosh, I overcame that. I did that. I want you to focus on that and say, you know what, if I did that, why does this seem so hard for me? Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. What can I change to make this an easier pattern for myself? Okay. So your beliefs can either destroy you, or your beliefs can cause you success. You know, think about this, people like Michael Jordan, you know, he was not accepted onto his college basketball team. And he could have said, you know, or high school, it was high school, right? High school basketball team. He could have said, you know, they told me I'll never be a player. I'm never going to be good enough. He could have accepted that. You know, he could have looked at himself and just said, man, I just don't have what it takes. But something in him rose up and said, I'm going to have to shoot 1,000 shots a day. Did you guys know that he went out and started shooting 1,000 shots a day? And then he said, I didn't just shoot. I had to learn how to shoot correctly. So he had to correct his course. And he became the best, in my opinion, basketball player of all time. I loved to watch Michael Jordan play. So when we tell ourselves we can't, that is so untrue. I want you to look at yourselves at the time that you did things that blew your mind, things that you've overcome. And this, in comparison, this weight loss, it's really a small challenge. And this can build something in you so strong. I love what Gina said. She lost 80 pounds on our program. And she hit her goal around Thanksgiving. And you know what she said when she came on? And she said, I've never been able to stick with the diet program. I've failed again and again and again and again. She said, but this time something happened inside of me. And she said, I just said, you know what? I don't care what the scale says. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping this time. I'm going to be committed, and I am not stopping. She said, when the scale began to move, and it wasn't consistent every week, but when it moved, she was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. Instead of looking at herself in a negative way, now she's looking at herself in a positive way. She changed her mindset. And you know what? It impacted her whole entire life. And we're going to do an interview with her again. But it impacted her whole entire life to where she decided, if I can do this, I can fight for my marriage. She tells the story, and she'll tell it again, I'm sure, where she said, I was ready to give up on my marriage. I wasn't, you know, I've always done well at my job, but I was just kind of coasting through. And she said, so many areas in my life, she said, when I started losing the weight, I was like, if I can do this, I'm gonna fight. And something in her changed. She began to get confidence in herself and believe in herself again. So I want you guys to write down those things. And I'm having you write down a lot, right, this week. Write down those things that you did, that you've done in your lifetime, or that you've overcome. I want you to write them down, and I want you to look at those and look at yourself, how strong you are. And only you maybe know what those things are, but look at those and see how strong you are. And believe in yourself. Whenever it gets hard, you just got to keep going. It's just consistency. All right. So I gave you a lot of homework, right? That's a whole lot of homework, a whole lot of thinking. But I always tell everybody this, you know, we think that a diet is about what we eat in the kitchen. And we think it's about how hard we work in the gym, but it's really not. You know what it is? It's a mental battle right here. That's where it is. If we lose it here, we lose it in the kitchen. If we lose it in our mind, if we make excuses and listen to false beliefs in our mind that have always been there and repeat the same patterns we've always repeated, we'll lose it here, and then we'll lose it in the gym, and we'll lose it in our workouts, and we'll lose it in our food. So what is it in here? And it might take you a minute to face it, but what is it in here that stopped you before? What is it? Did you not believe in yourself? What is it? Did it seem too hard? What is it? You know, And I want to tell you guys this too. Whenever you come on, there's some new ladies on this program. Whenever you come on this program, I'm going to throw the whole handbook at you and I'm going to go, all right, no processed foods, only healthy fats, cut out the white sugar, no white bread. We are no soda pop, nothing. We are on this thing. But here's the deal. Okay, here's the deal. As a coach, Wade and I are going to tell you the best things to do for your body. But this journey right here has to be sustainable for you. Your diet might look different than my diet. You might walk into it slower. You might be going, okay, I'm going to hit my calories, but you know what? I've still got to have my soda such and such day, or whatever this diet looks like for you, because some people are the all-in people, right? And some people have to walk into it. So if your diet doesn't look like somebody else's diet, don't you dare beat yourself up, because we all have to make this sustainable for ourselves. And that's a conversation that you and I need to have too, is okay, Allie, my diet, I'm not that person. Give me a minute. Give me a minute to take a breath and conquer one thing at a time. All right. And there is no shame in your game, ladies, because that's how some of us work. All right. For me personally, that's how I work sometimes. And other times I'm 100% in, but it depends on what it is. Okay. So I've been on a soapbox here for a long time. So how you guys doing out there? You breathing? Most of you guys are like, Allie, take a breath, take a breath. But you know what? I'm so proud of you guys for taking this journey. And I want to tell you this. I've seen women and men succeed and just accomplish all their goals. And you can do that too. You can do it. But it's just got to be a change up here. And if you fix it right here, it's going to change your life. And if you keep going, even when you're down a little bit and like, nope, like Gina said, I'm going to keep going no matter what the scale says, no matter what I say, no matter what I see, I'm going. You're going to get to your goal. I promise you. You just got to keep going. All right. All right. So next week on Thursday, I want some of you to have your homework ready. I want you to share your small goals that you have, and I want you to share your big goals. Okay. I'm kind of getting all of you up to speed because we all haven't shared our goals. And you know what it does to share? It helps us stay accountable to each other. When I went on Facebook and I told people I'm going to have abs before I turn 50, I was sweating bullets. I was like, holy crap. And I didn't make it, by the way. I failed miserably. Okay. I failed so bad. And I tried my hardest though, because you know why I tried so hard? Because I had done told somebody, right? So I came to a new level. So I want you guys to be able to share that and share it in your small group, share it here, speak it out. And it's something about it. When you speak it out, it empowers you. It's like, oh my gosh, I just said that out loud. Now Allie heard, now we gotta stick on this. Oh gosh, Roxanne heard, now we gotta stick on this and make it happen. There's something that happens in you when you tell people your goals. All right. So you guys ready for that on Thursday? Let me hear some yeses or stick some hands up and wave them in the air.
We're ready.
All right, we can do this, right?
Ready.
Yes, we're ready. You know what? We are ready. This challenge is going to be incredible. It's going to take us to a whole new level. And I am so excited. And we go into this challenge with the right mindset. And we're going to see some major changes in March. I mean, we're going to see them now, but we're getting ready to up our game, ladies. All right. Are you ready to up your game? Yes.
Yes.
Carrie says yes. All right. Who else is ready to up their game? You got Angelique's ready to up her game. Yes. Good job. Mira is ready to up her game. Denise H, you ready? I can tell you ready, girl. All right. Stacy Powell, is she still on here? I know she's ready. Marlene is up in her game all the time. Marlene, I am so proud of you. You have showed up consistently. So proud of you. Awesome. Terry Day is up in her game. Yes. Yes, you are ready, woman. Christy is definitely up in her game. Christy's already told me her goals. She has an amazing goal and she is upping her game. She is fighting for it. So proud of her. Whitney, I see you fighting all the time, girl, showing up when you say, great leg day, weight about killed me. So I see you fighting for it. So proud of you ladies. Keep going. Let's keep our head in the game. We got this. All right. Let's talk on Thursday. I'm going to drop this video and I'm going to write it out and put it in our private Facebook group. And I'm going to have the homework in there and we're going to talk. Only you guys are going to talk for the most part on Thursday. All right. And share. It's going to be a really, really good time of encouraging each other, getting behind each other, believing in each other's goals, celebrating each other's goals, and getting on our mark as we move forward. All right, guys. Love y'all. Have a great night.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you
Bye.
for
Bye.
Thank you for listening to me on my soapbox. I'm usually not quite as preachy, but I love you guys. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.